Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sulk stream. I'm the host, I suppose, the Incredible Sulk. I hope you guys are doing well. Hung out. Had a good, what is today, Thursday? Week's almost over. Yeah. I hope you guys focused on your mission, which is to serve me and to make my show better. And you do. Honestly, you do. So congratulations on achieving your objective. Tonight we're talking about ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter because we all have it. We're all afflicted with it, and we all like the medication. That's why there's such strong and stringent regulations over it. Is it a disability? Is it a superpower? Is it neither? Is it a different form of evolution? Is it a difference in cognition? I'm not sure. Can you live with it? Can you live without it? Are you actually different? There's a lot of questions. I live with ADHD, doesn't really matter, my entire life, and caused some pretty serious problems. So, we're going to sit here and talk about it. I'm going to talk about my perspective. I want to hear from your perspective. I know some of you definitely have it. That's probably why you enjoy this show. That's why you enjoy J-Wave. That's why you constantly have something on in the background just so your mind has a place to wander to. So get comfy, get cozy, grab a nice Ritalin, Adderall, Vyvanse, Concerta, whatever you happen to be vibing on. If you're working, keep working, and if you are driving, please get home safely. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is the Sulk stream, and this is called The Best Thing About You is Also the Worst Thing. Enjoy.
When I was 15 years old, my grades were terrible. My room was a mess. I stayed up all night playing video games, and I slept through half my classes.
Yeah, I slept through every day. I slept through everything.
I was diagnosed with ADHD and put on medication.
John, watch out. There's a black guy behind you. The guy was playing guitar. The guy playing guitar. That guy was just playing guitar.
And it worked. My grades
It's okay. As long as they're entertainers, it's fine.
Up. My
right?
room got clean.
If he's just kind of like hanging around, that's when you got to get a little suspicious, right?
Games turned off.
What are you doing? Why don't you have a guitar? See, if a black guy broke into my house and he had a guitar, I'd be like, okay, let's let him. I don't know what you're doing here, but let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Even a harmonica, for God's sake.
I could sit through an entire class without my brain.
Oh, thank God, he's got a guitar. Oh, I thought you were one of the dangerous ones. Or like a football. No, if he breaks in my house with a football, I think he's going to stab me to death. So a guitar would be ideal, but let's be honest, it's probably a bass guitar.
Wandering off to some random thought about whether fish get thirsty or what would
No, fish do not get thirsty. I had that thought.
happen if gravity reversed for exactly 1 second.
It just wouldn't.
But something else happened too, which is that my interests narrowed, my social life quieted. I became quite functional, productive.
Some people with ADD don't even have social lives. Like, not any sort of... Some people do. Some people are absolutely social butterflies with ADD, right? Because they can't focus on any certain things, so they kind of just bounce around, and sometimes they go from click to click, and sometimes they can be extremely social. But other times, people have weird hyper-focuses with ADD, and then, like, all you can focus on coding and stuff. I think that's when it starts to get into the autism range. I don't know if there's much of a difference between ADD and autism. I think it's shaded, but I don't know. I have no idea. But I know there's different types of people with ADD. There's many different types. You can usually tell who has it and who doesn't have it. A lot of times you see those people like quirky Instagram girls who are like, "Oh my God, I'm so ADD. Look at me, I forgot my keys." No, that's not at all what it is. No. I mean, like, no, you're just trying to be, like, quirky and different and stuff like that. And instead of being a lesbian, you're all like, I'm gonna say I have ADD or OCD or another debilitating condition, which you clearly don't have. You're just boring. You're just a boring basic bitch Take pride in that, okay? It's okay to be a basic Stanley Cup holding Uggs boots wearing bitch, all right? Take pride in that.
And completely uninterested in most things that I used to be interested in. I just figured that this is what growing up was. Trading spontaneity for grades, the messiness for metrics. But then one day, one of my teachers pulled me aside. He asked me about my ADHD meds and how I was feeling.
Hog Dog says we didn't have ADD as Gen X. We were too busy blacking out and being retards. Okay.
I thought I was fine.
Okay.
But he wasn't satisfied. He said, look, Mark, it's great that you're making an A in my class, but you're not the same. You've lost your sense of humor.
I mean, meds will definitely change up the game. I didn't take meds for decades, and it kind of really ruined my life. And it was hard times. It was hard times. The first 3 or so decades of my life was very difficult. But that changed. I'm fine now for the most part. Jess has me very well regulated and stuff like that. And she can't stand me when I'm unmedicated or she just can't. And most people can't. I don't blame her. This isn't her fault. This is just it's a me problem. It's definitely a me problem. A lot of people don't take meds. Some people are staunchly against meds, and that's fine too. However you want to live your life. But you gotta try shit, You gotta try.
Your creativity, your funny and weird perspectives. And I didn't know what to say. I just kind of sat there blankly nodding at him because he was right. But then he asked me a question that I'd never considered before. Are you sure this is worth it? That question and that teacher ended up changing my life. But it's taken me over 2 decades to figure out why. In this video, I'm going to talk about why ADHD may actually be the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm going to talk about how our biggest handicap...
It didn't happen to me. It's not like I fell into it's not like the Hulk where I got shot in the chest by a bunch of gamma rays or something, or got bit by a spider and it's the best thing. No, I was born this way and it was a severe problem and people thought my parents thought I was retarded. Everyone thought I was retarded for the longest time. In a way, they're kind of right, just not in the way they thought. So it's very confusing for everybody. It was very confusing. It still is. It still really is.
Apps are often also secretly our biggest strengths. We'll look at why society
Big B says, I was over-medicated in my teens. I took myself off of them. Yeah, I had a stretch where I was over-medicated and I lost a bunch of weight. And I was just... And then I stopped doing it for a very long time. And that was also an issue. That was also a problem. And I was because I was like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. It's killing me. And then I needed to find a balance. Finding a balance is important. You can't, yeah. But yeah.
It tries to prevent us from being exceptional and whether the goal in any situation should be fixing.
Christian says there was a mix-up at the factory. Oops, all retard. Yeah. I mean, they don't intend to make retards there, right? They just make normal people, and every once in a while, a retard comes out. It's not like they're adding retards into the mix intentionally. I think that could also be a conspiracy, though. But I don't think there's a dedicated retard factory. And if so, I want to visit. It sounds whimsical. There's probably little orange retards going around singing songs. Everything's on fire, messing up. It just sounds like a good time.
Fixing yourself or simply learning to manage who you already are. This one's going to get a little bit deep and very personal, so get ready. But first...
Rhea's sick, everybody. Sorry, Rhea. Feel better.
Let's talk about washing your hands. It's Vienna, 1847. Women are dying. 1 in 6 mothers who deliver babies at the doctor's ward in the Vienna General Hospital are dead within days. And worse, the death is horrific.
You're bringing that smoking thing into the maternity ward? They don't allow that either. They don't. These days they don't allow that. Just saying. I know what you're doing. You're doing this is some sort of priest thing that you do. Incense or whatever. Not allowed.
They called it childbed fever, and no one could explain what was wrong. That's just the way it is, people said. This is just what happens sometimes. But here's what made Vienna strange. There happened to be a second maternity ward in the same hospital. Except instead of staffed by doctors, this second ward was staffed by midwives. And what was even weirder, in the second ward, the mothers rarely died. Word got around, and women would scream and beg to be admitted to the midwives' ward instead of the doctor's ward. Some even opted to give birth in the street rather than be treated by...
They'd be like, nope. Your baby is ours now. We get to do what we want. Why do you have to beg to be admitted to the midwife? Can't you, like... I guess you didn't have a choice back then. You could just go home. Didn't most people were born at home then? Right? Back then, most people were born at home. Go home. Go home. You're fine. It's just like taking a gigantic dump. It's like taking the biggest dump of your life. And women are all like, oh, it's the most painful experience a human being can experience. Well, you keep doing it, so it can't be that bad. You keep doing it. They always say it's the most painful experience you can ever experience. First of all, only women can do it. So, like, I have to believe you as a cohort, as a group and stuff like that. And I'd be more ready to believe you if you didn't keep doing it. Why do you keep doing it? You're all like, oh, it's the most painful thing ever. I guess for the rest of my life, I'm just going to sit around. Look, I don't think it's that painful. I think it might be painful, don't get me wrong, but like I've had some pretty painful dumps in my life, and I think they par up. They par up, right? I just didn't like swaddle and name them afterwards.
By the doctors in the hospital.
I should have. A few of them were lunkers. I should have. Honey, look.
Until a Hungarian doctor by the name of Ignas Semmelweis arrived. Ignas was...
It's like a drug, John. I don't know how to explain it. I've seen my wife give birth twice. One time was in this house, right? I've seen how women react. Their pupils get huge, right? It's like they're like take a hot shot of heroin just like directly to the veins. Which I'm like, is it that painful? Or are you just getting like super duper doped up? Is your brain just automatically doping you right up? And you're screaming a lot, but you do that at all times. You know, it's not different. It looks like you're just taking a giant dump. That's, I know, I understand. How could I compare the miracle of birth with taking a gigantic dump? I'm just drawing a parallel, all right? I don't think it hurts that bad. I mean, it probably hurts like the worst dump I've ever taken. Just, you know.
Stubborn, disagreeable, combative.
A meaty one, right?
Obsessive about...
Who's eating dinner right now? Chad, are you eating dinner? Chad, talk to us about your dumps.
Details that everyone else found tedious. He immediately annoyed the other doctors. These traits often made him difficult to work with, but they also helped him...
Anpu says getting pegged is not taking a dump. I didn't say getting pegged. I said taking a dump. I know the difference. All right? Shut up. Shut up, Anpu. Shut up. Because I know he's going to be like, I know you know the difference, queer.
Figuring out the mystery of the dying mothers. He started by tracking data, something that no one else did at the time. He ran through every possible variable. Women in the midwives ward gave birth on their sides. Women in the doctor's ward gave birth on their backs. So he changed the position.
Can you imagine taking a dump on your back? Imagine that. Imagine laying, like, you go, yeah, I got a big one in me, doc. And he's like, okay, lay down on this bed. And then you're like, why? Why? And that is not the ideal position, right? If it's really, like, if I'm straining, right? If I'm like burst a blood vessel, you know, I'm starting to, like, take off my shirt and stuff, right? I got to get completely naked. I'm not going to lay down in bed and then like put my feet in stirrups. No, that's not the ideal position. I need gravity. All right. I need some help from Mother Gaia to guide me through this process.
No effect. Then his friend died. A colleague named
Christian says my dumps are mid, honestly. I wish I had cool stories like you. Come on, dude. Don't lie to me. Everyone's got a story. Man or woman, we all got a story. Right? Yeah. I'm a big eater. I'm a good eater.
named Jacob Kolechka nicked himself with a scalpel during an autopsy. Within days, he developed the same symptoms as the women.
Rhea's tapping out because she feels like she's dying. See you guys. See you, Rhea. I hope you feel better. Maybe take a dump. Or I don't know. What do you? Everyone's getting sick. It's that season, dude. I'm still getting over that last cold I had. That last cold I had was a doozy too. I'm still getting over the cough. That one wiped my ass out. But I didn't miss a show. Didn't miss a show. I was still here every night. And I was like, I'm dying.
Women dying of childbed fever. Same progression, same horrific death. And then something clicked for Semmelweis. Medical students started their mornings in the autopsy room, cutting open the women who had died the day before. Then they walked directly into the maternity ward to deliver babies.
Oh, I just got a Ko-Fi. I got a Ko-Fi. Let me see who it is. Hold on.
Didn't stop and wash their hands because nobody understood what germs were yet. Nobody thought they needed to. Midwives didn't do autopsies. Midwives weren't carrying.
Oh, Big B gave $15, says for Rhea. She says it'll help her feel better. Oh, and there's a link. Okay, I'll bring a link up. Thank you, Big B. Appreciate that. Let's see what the link is. Oh, you. Go fuck yourself, YouTube. Go fuck yourself.
Wash your hands in chlorinated lime solution.
I don't think I've ever heard that song before. I have no I don't yeah.
Before touching any patient.
Did you guys like it? I can see from the chat that you guys did enjoy it. Good.
Within months, the death rate from the doctor's ward dropped from 18% to under 2%. He had solved it. And then his life
I fucking nailed it, dude.
Completely fell apart. The medical establishment at the time rejected his findings. They were, well, offended. The idea that doctors...
Is Kevin Costner dead? Kevin Costner
educated elite gentlemen of science were killing their patients with their own bare hands. This was unthinkable.
I feel like you totally threw me off my entire... I had like a train of thought going with this dude. And like I forgot. And I guess we'll just go on. Let's go to the world of online creep catching.
Welcome back to the pub.
I don't have ADD. I do. But so maybe we'll go back. But I don't know. He just bored me. He stopped. I didn't get enough.
Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and
It was Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston did it.
sit on down because today we're talking about vigilantes. Finally, boys, we get to talk about
perfect adaptation. Perfect ADD tangent.
Just kidding. We're talking about online predator catchers. Woo! There's a new craze going on. A new form of
superheroes?
Vigilantism that's been taking over the internet for the past couple of years. You're probably wondering what I'm saying, right? We're talking about
Cut your hair. Cut your goddamn hair. Cut your fucking hair and lose some weight.
online predator catching. Yes.
Can you have a seat over in that chair, please?
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. How much do I love To Catch a Predator? Oh, my God, dude. I've watched every single episode of To Catch a Predator. I've watched them all. And I'm always like, what is he doing? Why is he eating the pizza? Don't eat the pizza, man. You're in serious trouble right now. This is a bad situation for you. You're like, what? Yeah, I came here to meet a 14-year-old. What's the problem? What?
Not that.
It's a crime. It's a very serious crime. You're going to jail, dude. The bad kind of jail. Like, right? You're going to kitty fiddler jail. That's bad. Right? There's a reason that DA blew his brains out. Right? Because he put a bunch of people in jail. And then Chris Hansen comes knocking on his door. He's all like, nope. Can't say I wouldn't have done the same. Can't say I would not have done the same. If I put a bunch of people in prison and then they're all like, hey, guess what? You're up, bud. I'll be like, no. W. This guy would catch a right hook. Right? right there, right to the jaw. It would break. It would break for sure.
That one. These self-proclaimed vigilantes go online.
If anybody comes up to me doing like some sort of internet prank shit, first of all, I'm not some boomer. I'm gonna understand what's happening, okay? And it really depends on how I'm feeling that day, whether I'll be cool or not. Probably not. I will probably not be cool. I'll be throwing some hands, and I'll probably like steal your wallet or something like that. Or just your ID. I'll just steal your ID. That's even worse.
Trying to perform basically street justice to these predators. It's just funny content. It's online predators, online pedophiles, getting basically pranked. Prank YouTubers have...
You didn't like my song, Christian? I fucking threw away my YouTube channel just for Rhea to feel better. Right? Isn't that worth something? Isn't that worth something? You know, I'm willing to sacrifice myself for the good of the cult. And that's something, isn't it? I believe that's something.
I've basically found a new niche of people to prank, and it's really hard to get mad at them because the unsuspecting victims are all predators. You almost want them to keep going farther and farther. It's a very weird feeling. But today I just want to focus basically on one vigilante known as Vitaly.
I like how Randy Newman did that absolute diss track on short people. He's like, you know what? Short people? Fuck those people. Fuck short people, dude. I'm just going to do an absolute hot burn track on short. Like, their lives aren't bad enough as it is. And then Randy Newman comes, short people, no reason to live. Right? Like, that guy's had a bad day. Like, that guy had a bad day. He had to walk a mile, which is like, you know, several miles for a normal-sized person. And then, you know, he hears Randy Newman over, like, the mall speaker or something like that. And he's just like, fuck this. And just jumps over the railing. Right? I mean, it wouldn't kill a normal person because it's only like 3 or 4 feet high. But him, that's a death sentence.
What? I'm basically saying my right hand.
It's just, it wasn't really a railing. It was more like a curb. He just jumps off a curb.
I'm like, so when I'm lonely, I just jerk off, get it hot.
This guy had fucking punch. This guy had fucking punch. I ain't got time for you.
He's a former YouTuber with a disturbing past, but he has rekindled his online fame and has won the hearts of many.
Oh, is this that? Yeah, that's that Russian guy. I'd fucking punch him. I would punch his ass.
Are you really gonna knock me out with your flashlight?
With basically, childish games. It's the only thing I could say to these online predators. I mean, it's basically school.
Farrell says my oldest is like 5'3". She got so mad when I played that song. She's a girl. Who cares? Girl, who cares? Girl, it doesn't matter. Girls are, you can be short. No one gives a shit, right? She'll still date a guy that's like 6'5". It's really only men that have a problem being, you know, so that's fine.
Yard bullying at its finest, and it couldn't be funnier. This new venture has put him into a new heap of trouble. But he's not the first of these vigilantes to get a taste of the dark side. But in fact, the very show that this is all inspired by took kind of a similar fate in the past. I'm of course talking about To Catch a Predator. Why don't you have a seat? Why don't you have a seat?
Saw that one.
Some of those old clips, dude, are just so f***ing funny.
Dude, saw this one. Dude got butt-ass naked. Dude got butt-ass naked in the garage before he just strolls on into the kitchen. In a strange house. Gets butt naked. The confidence. The complete machismo that he... Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God. That was bad.
Could you explain yourself? I'm sorry.
It's like a guy walking in
I'm
with
sorry. What are you doing naked here?
like a priest on condoms, and he's just like,
Capri Sun.
Brittany?
condoms.
The slender man walks out, and he's just like, why don't you have a seat? What's weird, too, is they always have a seat. I'm sure that there's people who are like, oh, and they run off. But I would say 99% of them are like, I was just here because...
I'd be like, go ahead and take that chair with you. What's your chair now? I don't want that chair anymore.
I was just passing. I was making sure she's okay. What were you gonna do with the football? I remember there was like one of a guy either in a wheelchair. He was like in those like.
Dude, it's actually sad. The kind of guys that they wrangle into To Catch a Predator, because they're retarded. I mean, like, they're actually like, they're just stupid people, right? And this guy's like disabled, right? And he's probably got something going on with his head. And he just hobbles up and he's like, I'm here for some young puss. And they're like, you're going to jail, you sicko. Taking advantage of this poor young girl. Who is taking advantage of who? I'm sorry. This disabled, this retarded cripple, right? The one chance in life, he was just strolling online, and then, young Brittany, 13, says she wants me to do some things. Okay, I'm going to get in my car that I have special knobs on to be able to drive it, and then drive 4.5 hours, then hobble up to the doorway, and oh shit, it's the feds. Oh, now you're going to jail. Now you're going to get an opportunity to get laid, though. When God closes a door, he opens a window.
Walt Jr. stilts.
I thought you was wanting to be shaved.
I like how he's got the fucking Bluetooth headphone. He's important. He's like, I got a lot of business to take care of.
Down there.
Today's video is sponsored by Fume. We all have bad habits in our life. Hell, maybe I eat a little too much. Hell!
Show that ran from 2004 to 2007. In the show, Chris Hansen would host undercover sting operations where they...
Maybe the retard cripple shouldn't have tried to bang kids. Look. Okay. I agree with you completely, obviously. But here's the thing. Does he have the mental capacity to understand that that is actually wrong? Right? I don't know if he's going to be held incompetent to stand trial, right? But I'm just, if he thinks he's going to get laid by this chick, I think that is damning evidence that he is incompetent. He doesn't understand the rules of society. I'm not saying you shouldn't not throw him in jail. Maybe put him in a hospital. Take away his keys. That's for goddamn sure. And his computer. And I might look through that computer. But, I'm not... Obviously, he shouldn't... But he might think he's a fucking kid. There is people that think they're kids. And those people should all be in institutions, by the way. Those people should absolutely 100% be in institutions. But so should that guy.
Caught adults trying to meet up with children they met on the internet just to hang out and eat pizza or drink a cup of wine.
If God doesn't open that window, you could always use a rock. Thank you, background noise. Solving problems.
Wine coolers. I'm sorry. Can I eat pizza and have
But how does this pertain to the entire Catch a Predator? Use a rock in what context?
wine coolers with my bros? I'm kidding! And the show really did showcase how extremely demented some of these people are.
You want to explain yourself?
I mean, especially the parts where they had, like, voice actors, like, read...
Dude, some people were like, okay, there's, like, retards, right? Right, like the hobbled retards and stuff like that. The people with Down syndrome and shit like that. But there's also ones that are like, oh, I'm a top surgeon at a San Francisco hospital. What are you doing here, bud? What are you doing? What are you doing so fucking... This is a stupid thing. You know what you're doing is stupid. You know, you understand this is stupid, right? All kind of breeds, all across the board, right? One was a district attorney, for God's sakes. A district attorney. That's the one who did the thing. A district attorney. A district attorney.
Chat logs and some of the most depraved shit.
What you looking for?
I don't know. You?
Well, hot sex. What else?
Italian Lover 37. Nice.
else.
I remember as a kid, I was just like my back was against the wall, like, get these people away from me, please. Mom, protect me. The show worked with a watchdog group called Perverted Justice, as well as
If
local...
we just start killing them again, this will stop. Was there a time we killed them? Just outright killed them? When?
law enforcement agencies for sting operations, but even they faced many legal challenges. Critics argue that the show's methods bordered on entrapment, where the suspects might not have committed a crime without the encouragement and the facilitation by decoys, which I don't
know enough about the law.
Agree with, Nick. Well, you entrapped me. That's why I became sexually attracted to this. That's why I sent those messages. It'd be kind of funny, though, if you did see the messages and they're just like, I bet you wouldn't say this, pussy. You're like, oh, no, I'm not.
Yeah, when they do the chat log, that's always the most uncomfortable part, dude. It's like, oh, dude. Because they try to talk their way out of it. They try to talk their way out of it. Oh, I was just here to make sure she wasn't in danger. I was, hey, there's some weirdos out there on the internet. I just wanted to make sure you were safe. And yes, I drove over state lines to do that. I'm the good guy here. And, oh, that's interesting because we have your chat logs here. And he's all like, he runs. Dude, come on.
Pussy, I will say this, and yeah, like immediately a SWAT team breaks.
It wasn't just an no.
He did. It was a double dare.
They were tempted by the fruit.
Oh, what do you think lynchings were?
It's not even the devil. It's the God being like,
yeah.
Are you sure you don't want
I guess
this?
that's true.
Like, okay, fine. The public airing of the confrontations raised questions about privacy rights of the suspects, especially those who were not convicted. Suspects who were not convicted or had the charges dropped could potentially...
What? It's Big B says send him in the meat grinder with the rest of it. What if there was just a meat grinder behind the front door? Just like it just opened into a wood chipper and then, because like, have you seen these shows? How like they get so many people coming through that they can't get the previous guy out in time before like 3 more show up. They just start coming out of the fucking woodwork, right? So if they were to do some sort of a Rube Goldberg machine, right? Where, you know, it's an overly complicated series of steps, which they just kind of like fall into like a wood chipper. I would watch that. Sure. I'd be like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. I had popcorn. You shouldn't have done that. You walked right into that. What did you think was behind that? You thought some young chick was about to, you know, get down on your nuts, and then you walked. I mean, that's obviously a trap. That's obviously a trap, right? It's like putting a carrot under a box with a string and a stick. How do you not see that? Oh, because you're retarded. And you're all goon-brained, dude. You're goon-brained up. Retard.
Potentially sue for defamation, arguing that the public exposure caused...
Background says make the whole Saw fun house type of thing. Look, dude. I'll watch this. I was watching Chris Hansen and shit like that, and I was getting my kicks out of it, right? But if you add an entire like Jigsaw type of like murder house kind of situation to it, that is going to be nationally syndicated. That is going to be, I'm only going to watch that show. We would only cover that here. That would be the only show from now on, right? Because especially if they show all the gore and stuff, and then, oh, look how he ended up, and you wouldn't get like a lack of contestants. Let's call them contestants. Right? Because I got to be careful with my wordage on YouTube, even though I already blew it up with Whitney Houston.
Undue harm to their reputation and personal lives, because one
a quicksand room, right? A room with just 1 million mouse traps. Another room where it's all like there's a bunch of needles and some of them are infected with HIV. You have a chance of getting through that room. You got a chance.
Back then when it's on a big TV show, because that was Dateline. That's NBC. It's like one of the biggest networks out there. If your face is out there, especially back then, ain't no coming back from that. Nowadays, people do.
Oh, yeah. Your face is all over the fucking, is national television, right? As a PDF. All of, how is your life going now? Right, dude? And some of those guys were young. 20, 21, something like that. Some of them were young. Still fucking stupid, but they're younger, right? How's your life going after that? Hey, weren't you that PDF on Chris Hansen? Yeah. Okay, well, you're not working here. But that was a funny episode, man. That was a funny episode. Everyone's watching this laughing their nuts off. And it's years later. It's been 15, 20 years at least since Chris Hansen did all this. We're still laughing about it. We're figuring out wacky rooms to send them in. Like, let's send him in the Cobra room. He ain't coming out of there.
Do some shit on the internet. In like a month, it's gone. Like, there's some things, obviously, people will remember.
Knobsock says a room of razor blades dipped in lemon juice. Perfect. There you go. Right? And it's just like, okay. And the ceilings are very low. Right? The razor blade room, the ceilings are very low. So you kind of have to, like, you gotta army crawl through that thing. It's going to be unpleasant no matter what. Okay? That's what we're trying to cook up.
But back then, people were talking about it. They were like, remember the guy with the blue polo?
Just a room full of spiders. Just a room full of spiders.
His face looked like this. He's like, what a
Oh, he's in the spider room. He's like, oh my God. You just open the door. Yeah, he's still in there. He's still in there. Or just a room full of mosquitoes that he has to sit in for like weeks.
Creep. Then in 2006, one of the most controversial incidents occurred in Murphy, Texas, with suspect Louis Bill Conrad, who sewer-slided himself.
Professor says actual predator poachers or a predator. So, like, you want to, like, take these people to an island and then, like, hunt them for sport, which would be interesting. What if, like, one of them's, like, really good at, like, not getting killed for sport? Most of them will be killed immediately, right? But, like, is there a prize for the person who doesn't get killed immediately? Because we can't let them go. Can't let them go. I mean, dying last is not really that great of a prize.
The police attempted to arrest him. He allegedly exchanged pictures with a perverted justice volunteer posing as a 13-year-old boy. And Chris Hansen, they're like, Chris, don't come out. And he's like, why don't you have a... Where's he? Where's he at? He never appeared for the meeting with the minor, but in Texas, the meeting never actually has to occur for the intent to be established. Texas is just like, I don't care. Here's the gun. Put it in your mouth.
Texas is based as fuck, dude.
Freak.
Texas is based. That's why, like, all the troons and stuff, they want to stay out of Florida and Texas. Because, you know, they're all like, oh, killing child predators is transphobic. And it's like, why? That's a very strange thing to say. Why would you say that? Why would you say that specific sentence? That's a very strange sentence for you to put together. Why did you line up that series of words and then utter them out of your mouth?
The increasing legal challenges and criticism about the ethical implications of these tactics to catch a predator was unfortunately canceled. This was just the fuel, and what soon came after with the internet was the actual flame that ignited all of these new vigilantes that come up and take the power for themselves. No longer were they beholden to a network. They had the goddamn internet. Following the format's popularity, several YouTube channels and internet vigilante groups adopted similar methods to expose predators. So
Alex Rosen, that's what Alex Rosen does, right? He goes around, what's his name on Twitter? I Fight for Kids. Yeah, I don't like watch a lot of his stuff, but I know that's what he does. I think he's loosely connected to somehow Royce. I'm not sure.
Such as Anxiety War, Creep Catchers, and Predator Poachers.
That's him. That's him right there. That was Alex Rosen.
Honestly, all of them better than To Catch a Predator. To be fair, predator poachers? Are you f***ing kidding me? How good is that? That's pretty good. These channels will meet up with predators they're exposing and show them the chat logs and info they found out about them to expose them.
Dude, this is so easy. Oh my God, this is so easy. And it's socially acceptable to hunt pedophiles. PDFs, I'm sorry, excuse me. It is socially acceptable, and so it's so easy too, dude. You just pose as like, oh, I'm a young girl, or and all this stuff, blah blah, and then they're just gonna start showing up, dude. They're gonna start showing up. I could do this. I could easily do this. Should I just start catfishing some 45-year-old guy, right? I'll wear like one of those beanies with a little propeller on the top, and I'll have like a lollipop. And I'll be like, I got you, you fucking sicko. Just wail on him. I'll be like, buy me some McDonald's. Because we're there. We're at the McDonald's. Yeah, that's where he wanted to meet.
Them to the world as sexual predators. Most of these channels are doing this without assistance
Oh, Alex Rosen brought Mersh on a catch before? That's fucking awesome.
of law enforcement and are acting on their own form of justice.
I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I'd be like, I would ask questions and shit like that. I would, oh my God. Can somebody reach out to Alex Rosen and get me? I want to do a ride along. Oh.
AKA street justice, baby.
I would not shave the beard. No, I'd have the beard. I'd have the beanie, the big old lollipop and stuff like that. I'd look really silly. I'd be like, yeah, I'm nasty chick 29 or just 9. I'm nasty girl slut 9. Yeah, that's me. You're in trouble, buddy.
Look, I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
I think it's...
I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Why are you dressed like the Hamburglar, sir? Yeah, well, shut up. Shut the fuck up. They're always like, oh, it'll never happen again. Well, yeah, because you're going to go to jail now. And, yeah.
A bit late to say I'm sorry, it won't happen again. It's happened.
I'm going to come off this website as soon as I get home.
Stuart,
Arden says, by the way, I can't say the phrase PDF file at work anymore. Censorship is fucking shit up. That is fucking stupid, dude. Oh, did you send me that boy lover file? Just say that, right? Well, we can't see PDF anymore. We can't say the PDF file. No, so I'm just gonna, yeah. Can you send me the digital molester, please? Can't say PDF. That's stupid. That's retarded, dude. You're in California, so I kind of get it.
Oh, for God's
California is filled with them.
sake!
Oh, for God's sakes!
And the best thing about these online predator hunting shows is that there's really no rules around.
Send me the Epstein files. Yeah, just say that. Just say, oh, can you send me those Epstein files? That'll cause a lot of confusion.
So they just like trap these motherfuckers and put a mirror up to them and then make them confront the reality of the situation. I always love some of these clips because it's like in a guy's backyard. And it's just like a guy with a cell phone. And that's all you need now to have like perfect image.
That's all you need. If you want like a microphone, and you need your cell phone, you need a microphone, maybe like a lapel mic, right? What do they call them? A lavalier? That's all you really need, right? And then you can just go bounty hunting. That's what you go bounty hunting and you get paid in internet likes. That's the new currency these days. By the way, please like the show. Please like my program. Please like the show. You get paid in internet likes. You get paid in internet, and you can make some pretty decent money. You get enough of them, you start making that ad revenue, it can be pretty lucrative. A lot of people are like, I believe in what you're doing. Here's $20. Here's a twomp. Here you go. Here's a twomp. Go get him. You got a business model. You got a business model going, and it's doing something. Well, you're out there doing good in the community, and it's got to be a lot of fun. You got to get a lot of yucks out of that. How could you not wake up with a fucking smile on your face every morning and just be like, this is going to be a funny day. This is going to be a really funny day, right? I wonder what he's going to say. He's going to be like, oh, I've never done this before. Yeah, we heard that one. Oh, no, I was simply concerned for the welfare of the child. Yeah, no, we hear that too. Here are the cops.
Image quality. You don't need a huge film crew anymore. He's just like, just say what you did, and people know. They're like, I'm.
Can we do a pedo pumpkin chunkin? I don't know if I can say that actually. That word. I gotta be careful because like YouTube is very map friendly. Let's call them map friendly. YouTube is a very map friendly network. fuck you, YouTube. What are you gonna do? You gonna fucking, what are you gonna do? Oh, you gonna copyright strike me? God, go fuck yourselves.
Forever. In a matter of seconds, millions of people could see this. It's fucking wild. But we want to start off with Alex Rawson.
Oh, this guy, we have to ban him because he called us exactly what we are. Yeah.
Created Predator Poachers in 2019. His channel makes a show.
I like it's just chowing down, eating a burrito. Could you imagine getting your life turned upside down and the dude's just sitting there mowing a Chipotle burrito? Look, buddy, we got the transcripts. You're getting like tunnel vision and your ears are starting to ring because your life is ruined at this point. And he's just enjoying that carne asada goodness. God, please, I want to do a ride along.
Out at the event by forcing the person they caught to call their spouse, their family members, their employee.
We're not talking about poop anymore. We're talking about maps.
To admit basically everything they've done. In a way, you like feel bad because they're
But enjoy your dinner, sir. Go enjoy your carne asada.
human beings, but it's like with what they're doing, it's even worse. But dude, having like a man call his wife and be like, "Hey, so I was meeting a 13-year-old here," and you can just like hear the person screaming on the other.
Hilarious. Because I've seen those phone calls. I've seen those phone calls where they have to call their wife and they're like, "Yeah, I was caught meeting a 13-year-old girl," and it's just like, oh my God, dude. It's bad. It is. Yeah, you're going to have to pick me up from the jail. She's like, "You motherfucker, I'm going to fucking kill you." It's hilarious, dude.
The line is like gut-wrenching.
I was texting this person for a little while, and I didn't know, and I was going to tell him to go home, but he's here, and he's saying he's going to call the cops on me if I didn't call you.
Oh, no, I never said that. I never said anything about law enforcement. I never said that. I never said that. You decided to call her and notify her, okay?
Okay, so I'll call you, and I'll call you more later, okay?
Hello. Hey, excuse me?
Yes, they're monsters, but it's hard. I mean, like, it's just creepy, I guess. These monsters are wearing the masks of human beings. So in a way, it's like, you're like, oh.
It's so cringy. It's so cringy, dude. Oh my God, dude. You just watch people's lives fall apart, dude. And it's not just a pervert, right? It's like, you know, a lot of times they're married and like sometimes they got kids back home and then you're just like, oh no. Right? They got kids back home and their kids like see their dad on fucking, well, now it's the internet, right? It used to be To Catch a Predator, but now it's the internet. So like blasted all over, like 15 million views. It's your dad sitting there like, "Yeah, I came to meet a 13." And then you're like, oh my God. Your life is ruined. Now your life, people know that's your dad. Your life is ruined. Oh, it sucks. Oh,
I feel wrong watching this. I mean, it gets pretty fucking dark very fast. As time has gone on, he has begun to work with police as well, and many of these people get arrested and charged for what they're doing, but there are plenty of videos of him and just his team doing it. Two of the arrests that they like to claim on their website are the firefighter Christopher Jones, who was sentenced to 33 years in federal prison. That's a pretty sweet score. That's like the Jaws part where you see the big shark up there, and they're like, "We called that motherfucker."
33 years? You got 33 years? That's a fucking lot of years, dude.
And David Dunn, who was sentenced to 30 years in federal prison as well. God damn, 63
for
plus
water?
years of just being like, that there goes your life. Hope it was worth it. One of the more infamous videos was exposing the YouTuber internet personality EDP445,
a big fat black guy,
aka Eat That Pussy 445.
Ew.
A catastrophically huge meme.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
I would say he was like a pretty well-liked YouTuber, funny, you know, he's like kind of one of the legacy YouTubers. He's been around for a long time. But then it comes out that this is happening and it's real and it's the most awkward interaction ever. Prior to the sting operation, there were unverified accusations circulating online about EDP. But they were largely dismissed due to the lack of concrete evidence and because big YouTuber, people have parasocial relationships with him, they're just like, I doubt it, you know, whatever. And also it's just hard to accuse somebody of something without concrete evidence. On April 18th, 2021, the Predator Poachers team confronted EDP in Bakersfield, California, where he believed he was
I know. Ew. Bakersfield. Ew. Oh, you're talking about EDP. Have you ever been to Bakersfield? Bakersfield is gross. Ew. Bakersfield is gross. But this guy, This guy's gross too.
Meeting with the underage girl. The confrontation was recorded and streamed live on YouTube and other social media platforms. The team
butterball.
presented chat logs and other evidence showing that EDP
Kiss your daddy goodnight, LOL. Sleep tight, princess. Wrong emoji in the front.
had engaged in explicit conversations and planned to meet the decoy for inappropriate reasons. Since the incident, EDP has had his YouTube channel and multiple social media accounts banned, even though he keeps coming back like a goddamn moth to flame. I mean, there's just no coming back from this one. There's no way. I think he's trying to pull a Kevin Spacey. You see Kevin Spacey's in a movie now?
He was crying on TV.
Lucas says you just get him to show up somewhere with a good line of sight and about 50, 100 yards out. So you're like going to go to the sniper route. Dude, it's like so easy to mess with them so much more than just like popping them with a sniper rifle. I mean, like, yes, you can do that. That's definitely doable. That's not going to be a difficult thing to pull off. But, like, you don't want to fuck with them a little? You don't want to fuck with them? Be like, oh, yeah, I'll meet you at the McDonald's. I'll be the one in the ball pit with champagne. And then it's just you all fucking hairy-chested and shit. What's up, brah? Hop on in. I need to talk to you. Come on. Come on, dude. Because it's like, you have them by the short hairs at this point. You have them by the short hairs at this point. They kind of got to do whatever you tell them to do, right? That's why that guy called his wife and shit. He wouldn't have done that if he didn't know he was in an extremely poor position. He was in a bad position. When you get somebody like this, you got them. You got them, right? You could take them to the bank and have them empty their bank account. I understand that would be illegal, but like you got a lot of power in this situation. All right. So if you're just like sniping them from 100 yards out, sure, that's effective. Don't get me wrong. You're going the whole Schindler's List route, but like you don't feel a little bit more inclined to be like, let's have a good time with this. Let's have some fun, right? Your trigger finger is just going to get tired otherwise because they're everywhere. They're going to come out of the woodwork. I've already said this. I'll say it again. They'll just start showing up one after another.
I have no money.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He was crying saying, like, I have to file bankruptcy.
Nav says, what if we just airdrop them in North Korea? I don't know if North Korea would be bad enough. First of all, I don't know anything about North Korea. Maybe it's pretty fun there. You ever think about that? Maybe North Korea is a lot of fun. That's why everyone there is really keeping on the download. They were like, we don't want people to show up to this party. Airdrop them somewhere better than that. Without a parachute. Right? Just give them the old Pinochet, right? Just take them up in helicopters. And then there's just a crowd at the bottom. Just right? Plastic. Because they splash, right? A lot of them are really fat. Have you noticed? A lot of them are really fat, dude. So is that what you do? You just sit around eating, jerking off? That's got to be what they're doing. It's just shoving their faces full of food and then jerking off to weird stuff. Weird stuff, dude.
File bankruptcy. The American Beauty money has ran out. As of the last update, no official criminal charges have been filed against EDP, despite the evidence presented by the Predator poach.
Pedo versus... Again, I can't say that. Let's just call them maps, all right? We can call them maps. I can't. Versus cassowary to death. I like that. I don't want to harm the cassowaries, though.
The lack of immediate law enforcement involvement in the initial sting operation complicated potential legal proceedings. Though he was also recently caught again.
God, dude, it's like how? It's the same guy. How do you get caught twice for that crime? How do you get caught once for that crime? How do you? You got to be really stupid. I mean, I think eat dat pussy is just retarded.
And trying to meet up with another minor. Or that's going to become a kind of important...
What disability do you have? A lot of disabilities.
Piece of information is that because it
was like... We were originally talking about ADHD, right? And then we just kind of conveniently lost track. And now we're talking about like To Catch a Predator shit. So
it was not done properly the first time. Nothing can really be done. And then also now we see that the person is just going to do it again. Yes, it's an extremely funny piece of entertainment, but we're going to see that, like,
put them in the same situation as that rugby team and see if they make it out. Oh my God. Like alive? Like alive? Or they? So you just put them at the top of the Andes Mountains and then you're like, well, you're here. Figure it out, dummy. I mean, they would if you're like, there's a 13-year-old at the bottom of the mountain waiting for you. They're like, okay, I'm going to figure it out. First of all, that fat guy would last months.
You need to go through the actual processes for things to be done. And I do tip my hat to Alex Rosen for getting the other two people. 30 plus years is extremely f***ing awesome. But
that's wild. That's wild, dude. And like an internet guy does you up. It's not even like a real cop. It's not even a detective or nothing like that. It's just fucking Alex Rosen. He's just like Alex Rosen.
In a lot of instances, you just need to do it correctly the first time or it could muddy up all kinds of waters. A lot of police and district attorneys have said that the vigilante form of catching criminals
Alex Rosen's a big boy.
Is bad. And they want them to stop doing it without police help because it can hurt ongoing investigations and even ruin the chances of conviction, as stated with EDP before. The vigilantes doing these...
Like it matters. Like it mattered. Ruining the chances. Oh, we got to get him this one time because there's no way he's going to do it again. Shut up. Come on, shut up. Of course you're going to do it again. You're going to have plenty of evidence. You know, the problem is the detectives just aren't doing it. They're just not out there doing it, right? Probably because there's a lot of them. But like, whatever. He's not going to blow the case. And if he does, it's not like he's not going to do it again, right? They're catching the same guy over and over and throwing him back like bass fishing. One of the cases is going to stick.
These things often don't know the correct way of wording things or gathering evidence, and it can cause the people that they're catching not to face any consequences at all for what they've done. With all of these things circulating and the rise of this kind of content becoming a popularity, we finally get to
some of these states won't even arrest these guys when Rosen shows them evidence. Yeah, well, some of them will. And I doubt these states were investigating these guys in the first place, and having your face plastered all over Twitter as a map or whatever you want to call them is going to be at least some sort of retribution, right? At least that's something. Instead of absolutely nothing, like the cops were intending on doing, that's something. They're not going to be able to get jobs. People are going to recognize them when they try to move next door and shit like that. Social stigma is a powerful deterrent, you know? You know what I mean? Sure, it's not jail, but it's also not a wood chipper, dude. I mean, like, you kind of, there's a lot of them, and you kind of need to get what you can get. You know what I mean?
To the carnal. We get to come to the person that we wanted to talk about today, which is Vitaly.
I got molested by Hunter Biden.
Knob says, John, did you see the video of the guy attacking the punk that killed his 16-year-old son in North Carolina? No, that sounds sad. Should I?
I got molested by Hunter Biden.
Which, if people might have known him, he's been a fucking character. I mean, he's got a criminal past.
See this girl jogging. Last thing I remember is, please help. And I tried to hug her, and she pushed me or whatever. And I hit her, and I realized what I was doing on top of her, and I'm like, what the fuck?
There's that part, I remember back in the day watching one of those award shows, and he was just like, oh, you probably expected me to show my small penis or something, haha.
But what about my soft dick, huh? Oh, you think I'm kidding?
I feel like Taylor Swift.
I don't know. The guy is he's been around the internet for a long time. But essentially, he is ex-prank YouTuber who has fallen off, but now has seen this huge rise in popularity and notoriety with his show Predator Takedown. And his tactics and practices have been hit with a huge wave of controversies recently. I want to say right now, it is...
Okay. Jess, can you bring me a water, please?
It's extremely dangerous. It's crazy. It's irresponsible. But my God, is it entertaining? There's no... I mean, it's like the same kind of...
Jess just says kill them, by the way. And we've discussed this, right? We had a whole wacky jigsaw kind of house where like there was a quicksand room and a room with lemony razor blades and the cobra room and stuff. But now people are just using it for internet clout, right? Now it's just an internet clout thing. I mean, that is what it is, I guess. There's no way the cops are going to catch them all. There's no way the cops just don't have that power, that kind of force. So, I mean, at least they're doing something.
Jackass or something. You're like watching somebody do something horribly wrong, but you just know who he's doing it to, and it just makes it just kind.
Lucas says, if I could rely on jury nullification to not convict me of murder, I would kill as many as I could. I don't know if you could. I don't think that would be safe. I don't think you get, because vigilantism is against the law, right? So I just wouldn't rely on that.
Like, I mean, it just makes it pretty great, honestly. He's not involved with the police at all. There is no actual legal system that goes into this. It's like public executions in a weird way is what it feels like. I know Alex Rosen has done live streams, but a lot of these online predator hunting shows are videos that are recorded and then edited and, you know, put down to a plate that you can, you know, easily
what
consume.
if it wasn't
Fatalities
illegal?
is just...
Says Jess as she's standing right here. What if? What if indeed? I'm sure there'd probably be a drop in the instances of, but look, I mean, you'd be getting a lot of politicians, right? Think about all the people that went to Epstein's Island. Like, think about all the rich and powerful people that, like, there's a reason why you're not getting the Epstein files. Yeah, there's a reason why you're not going to be getting those. Because people, they're already famous, and if their name starts popping up a lot, they're going to be in danger. They're obviously going to be in danger. And they should, don't get me wrong, they should be in danger. But, like, it's just like, that's why you're not going to get them. That's just why you're not going to get them. Ever. Doesn't mean we shouldn't keep trying to get them, because, I want to see what's in those files. Will it ever happen? Maybe in like 100 years. Like, you know how they release JFK files and stuff? Maybe in like when everybody's dead, then they're going to release them.
Hours and hours of streaming and hours of him basically...
I mean, it's already been 8 years. It's already been 8 years. It's been 8 years. And we're still talking about him too. Everybody's still talking about it. And I'm sure they're getting pretty nervous. That's why they're like, do you guys want aliens? Do you want aliens instead? No. No, we don't want aliens instead. All right? Keep your alien. Fuck your stupid aliens. We don't want aliens instead. Are you fucking kidding me? No, we want the Epstein files. We've always wanted the Epstein files. It's been years. All right? We want the Epstein files. Just bring them to us. Right? Not a bunch of black bars or anything like that. I'll give you aliens. That's the best I can do.
Parading these online predators. A 73-year-old suspect was knocked out after
You're in the files,
Dan.
Dan.
He hit his head on the...
Do you think I'm rich and famous enough to be in the Epstein files? I mean, you got to be... First of all, you need to be well connected to be in those files. You need to have some sort of power. I don't have any power. I have zero power.
Pavement and started bleeding. He's out in public a lot of the
politically and economically and will and, you know,
time, and people know where he's at. So not only are you streaming yourself where people can easily access you, but you're also...
I don't care if the whole world fails, they need to be removed. I'm with you, dude. Trust me, I am 100% with you. But, like, they're literally in control of the world. And yes, they eat and copulate children. That is the world we live in. The people that we pay taxes to do terrible things to the most innocent of our society. And that's a bummer, for sure. For sure. But they're also the people in charge of releasing and, like, you know, indicting themselves. And so what are you going to do? I mean, what can you do? What can you do?
Inciting a mob of being like, hey, I'm meeting up with a pedophile. Let's kick the shit out of this guy, which sounds awesome, but it's a great way for people to get in a lot of legal trouble. And his whole thing is, it's almost like a deal with the devil. He'll either call the cops or he will perform something extremely humiliating and live to thousands and thousands of people, which will garner probably millions of eyes over the course of clips channels and all kinds of things. So of course people are like, yeah, just put me online. I don't give a shit. Don't call the cops. Just do whatever you want to me.
Chat's getting spicy. I like it. All right.
And some of the humiliations that
Pharrell says, burn it all to the ground. Those people get what's coming to them. We should just have an entire societal reset, right? I mean, like, the boomers run the entire society, right? And like people that have been like in Congress for the last 2 millennia are still there just sleeping at the fucking job. We really need to completely reset the system. It needs a total reset. And that's probably going to involve a guillotine or two. I'm not going to lie. It's probably going to be like that. And it will happen, and it's going to happen relatively soon. They are trying their damnedest to stop it from happening. But this is just the fourth turning. You might be able to slow it, but you're not going to stop it. It has to happen. It's just the course of history. Okay? It will turn over in the next 5-ish years. 5, maybe 7, 8 years. 8 would be the longest. And I think 5 is even kind of long. I think it's probably going to happen much quicker than that. But it's going to happen. They know it's going to happen. Why do you think they're constantly... Everyone's building bunkers and shit like that. Zuckerberg's going to stay in his fucking basement for 30 years. You know he's got shit in his closet too, right? You know they all do. They all do. Well, not all of them, but like a fair bit of them do. So like they're building bunkers and shit like that, and then they're actively trying to separate themselves from society as much as possible because they know the shit is going to come out. And when it comes out, people like heads are going to roll, dude. They don't want that to happen. They're going to try to control AI. They're going to try to control the flow of media through the internet and stuff like that. They're going to use what they've always used, which is complete and utter control. But as the currency is collapsing, another thing they completely control, their influence is tightly tied to money, right? And if you can't give people money to do what you want them to do, you're not a billionaire anymore. You're just a dickhead. You're just some dickhead, right? You don't really own the stuff anymore, right? It's whoever can take it. You ain't got shit. You ain't got shit. And they know this. They see it coming.
He does are just like so fucking weird, man. There's a clip of a suspect who has the choice of either getting the police called or wrestling an alligator. There has to be some kind of like PETA outrage by they taped that motherfucker up and they're like using him like a spear. And now one of the alleged predators is filing a 17-count lawsuit against Vitali. And it's one of the first guys that was, I'm pretty sure it was the first guy that he was ever on his, that was ever on his show or stream. The lawsuit claims that Vitali wrongfully accused the man of being a predator and he was physically and mentally abused in a vicious attack. It was. And like the bad thing too is it's all recorded. It's done in the most unprofessional way where it's hard to look at it and not be like, what the hell? what is this?
Is that Mexican? Mexicans are pretty bad perpetrators of underage stuff. They're pretty bad about it. Yeah, it was pretty common for them.
Out of context, it does look like a person just getting berated. He also claims that he joined Vitali's website for adult entertainment and was engaging in consensual adult communication before being entrapped by Vitali. He says Vitali edited the video to make it seem like he was meeting a 15-year-old boy in the edited video. It's so f***ing scummy and stupid.
Lucas says there is no future for our children if we don't fight now. Well, a lot of people understand that. Here's the fucking thing that pisses me off. When people say, oh, who would want to bring children into this world? What? What do you mean? Cavemen brought children into a world where they got eaten most of the time. You're just going to eliminate yourself from the gene pool because you're all like, oh, there's not optimal. This isn't the optimal time to bring children into the world. So we're just going to go ahead and end the bloodline. Why would you do that? That seems stupid. That seems really, I understand that kids are expensive. And it will make your life harder in certain areas, financially especially. And a lot of people are hurting financially. But you can't just stop having people. That's a stupid thing to do. That's a very stupid thing to do. And it's kind of exactly what they want you to do too, right? If there's no people around, there's no people to actually make these people answer for their crimes, right? Then the planet just belongs to them, and then they get to do whatever they want. And there's always going to be. It's just, that's stupid. How's the world going to become better if there's no one around to make the world better? It's a very stupid, it's a short-sighted kind of thing. And there's a lot of people doing it, right? This is why the birth rate is crashing. And Elon keeps like knocking chicks up, right? That's not, I get what you're saying, Elon. And yeah, we do need more, but like, that's not, you need to be like a dad. Like, look at your kids. They're all turning trans and shit like that. You're not really doing it right. But I get the sentiment he's trying to convey. I understand that. But he's not exactly pulling it off right. I understand he's a busy man. You don't need to be that busy. You know? You don't need to be that busy. Especially when you're a billionaire, the world's richest man. You don't need to be that busy. Take a day off. Go talk to your son. Be like, yo, don't cut your dick off, bro.
It's like, dude, this is the whole live stream. What are you talking?
You're not that busy. You got time to tweet. Go be a dad. You got time to tweet.
Talking about. Like, that's such an easily disprovable thing. It's just stupid. The video has the camera crew chanting certified lover boy, certified pedophile after the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef song, but the entire group of people was chanting it. I mean, it looks like a goddamn blood sacrifice in the video.
Certified lover boy, certified.
Look at this fucking stupid haircut.
Pedophile, whack, whack.
Vitaly's streams where he's supposedly catching tons of pedophiles has already gotten a lot of backlash. When he's catching predators, he isn't just catching them and having the police come and arrest them.
You boys need help? No, back up.
He messes with them and does things like forces them to shave their heads, they have to strip, and they even have to run away while throwing fireworks or flashbang grenades at them while they're laughing. And also, he's been bringing a lot of like controversial
Okay, I can see. All right, come on.
YouTubers, celebrities, streamers, all kinds of things to help him. It looks like a fucking weird episode of like Ghost Adventures. They're like bringing them along to go hunt these predators, and you have people like Little Pump showing up. You have Ty Dolla $ign in that. Like, what the hell are you guys even?
Yeah, he's just knocking up randos and not being a father like a lot of men who originated from his country. Yeah, he's from South Africa, isn't he? Yeah, but he's from white South Africa. White South Africa and black South Africa are different countries. I understand they're the same country, but there used to be a very good fence. I think they took down that fence, and then there's no more white South Africa.
Doing here, and they're going there, and they're just like, "Oh, are you a predator? You like to touch kids?"
What's up? Trying to meet the 15-year-old?
It's the fucking weirdest thing. Which even have our boy, our lovely child, Aiden Ross, coming in, and Aiden Ross and Vitaly offer to let a predator go outside and see the cops, or eat an extra hot gummy bear for their game show.
Do you want to play our game show?
No.
We have a hot gummy bear. You want to eat it?
We have cops outside, so.
I've eaten one of those gummy bears. It's not that bad.
To do game show or police?
So it's either you go toss to the cops or you eat this hot gummy bear. Once again, it's very funny watching people squirm and be in pain, especially when they're pieces of shit like this. But it's like, why not just give them to the cops, dude? Or just fucking have them eat the gummy bear and then just push them outside anyways. Like, what the fuck? Which he has people like have to eat hot candy, and then he kind of like scolds them like a schoolyard bully, basically saying, is it making...
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, Lucas just wants to set up like a rifle range, right? He's gonna be like, oh, meet me at the gun range and be at the 150-yard range. This guy's actually messing with him, right? Because they got to do whatever you want. I mean, like, understandably, I could see why this would get backlash. I really can. But I mean, you can mess with him.
You hard.
Is it to get you hard?
Oh, it makes you hard. It's like shit that you would say in 3rd grade to have the kid in the back of the class be like, stop bullying me. And here's just a list of some of the things that have happened on these streams. A random fan of the stream comes up and punches a 73-year-old accused pedophile, knocking him out, hitting his head to the pavement. There's blood everywhere, and Vitaly sits in his van talking about
that guy got fucking knocked out.
How his career's probably
that guy got knocked out good.
Again. They shave a predator's head. Vitaly pisses on a predator's face. But
holy shit, dude. Holy shit.
Vitaly and Ty Dolla $ign shave the head and throw flashbangs at a predator as he runs away. A suspect gets assaulted by a bystander. One of the suspects gets slapped around. Vitaly grinds on a suspect. Vitaly attacks a predator. Vitaly supposedly catches the
Joe Biden?
Jam producer and writer of the movie. What life?
Whoa.
Jam producer and writer.
Space Jam? So this is what I'm talking about. You can get famous people, you can get producers. To Catch a Predator caught like an actor that was like fairly successful. Holy shit. I mean, not surprised in the least, but
writer of the movie. What life am I in? Oh, did someone say another flashbang? And there's a lot of fake crying for views, clicks, and just to make the whole thing look so stupid. And, you know, the whole thing's a joke. Beside Aiden Ross and Ty Dolla
that explains Lola Bunny.
$ign, other celebrities have joined his hunt and become regular guests in each event. A lot of the
everyone get up, it's time to slam now.
Celebrities that he's bringing on these streams, it's not like they're all angels anyways. I mean, for the love of God, he's had some people with a high stack of controversies as well, like Sneeko, who's not a big fan of mine. Controversy number 1. He's had his own list of controversies, or you have legitimate criminals like Charles.
I don't know anything about Sneeko. I know he's like a streamer. I don't know what he does.
White on his fucking stream, dude. Who the fuck are you to be calling these people out as well? Yes, these people are fucking monsters, but don't act like you're some vigilante as well, dude. Because he is a prankster, and because pranksters are notoriously known for faking content, hiring paid actors for these things, it isn't out of the realm of possibility that these are fake, and a lot of people
faking it. No, here's the thing. I mean, for me, for like to be on, hey, you're gonna be our PDF, right? Okay, and then you're gonna blast my face all over the internet, claiming I'm a PDF. You gotta pay pretty well. You gotta pay really, really well. A lot of people are hard up for cash, right? But are you that hard up for cash? Holy shit, dude. You can't do anything else? You can't do anything else because that'll ruin your life. That's going to ruin your fucking life.
Are accusing Vitaly of faking this content in general. Mostly because of the lack of evidence and the sheer bizarre nature of these confrontations, how it's always convenient. Also, it's such like weird stuff, not to speculate too much, but it's like, they're just in like random alleys, just in a lot of places where there's not a lot of people around. Yes, they do have some on streets. And I'm not saying that they're all fake, but motherfuckers picking pedophiles off a tree like they're goddamn apple. So who knows, like it could be a mixture, I don't know. And because of that too, it just makes the entire thing even more of a joke and more of a mockery, and it kind of like also makes the severity of the situation once again feel a little watered down, and you're not supposed to take it as seriously, even though it is something that is extremely disgusting and gross, dealing with these fucking predators and these monsters. And the biggest problem is that Vitaly,
this guy is famous,
is creating entrapment scenarios and loopholes and like dirtying up.
That guy's gonna fuck you up, dude.
Evidence. Yes, it's funny and entertaining, but he's not really doing anything to actually give more justice to these people.
Is Sneeko the guy who's a cuck? I don't know.
Like the justice is never really served. Yes, it's humiliating. If they're not behind bars, how many of these people will do it again? And I would have to say almost all of them, if not all of them, would do.
Yeah, they're all gonna do it again. That's why it's like, okay, who gives a shit if he blows the case? Because it's going to be no problem catching them again. It's just fish in a barrel, man.
This kind of
you're catching like producers, again, DAs, high level like brain surgeons and shit like that, and also you're catching the stupid ones. Just just a string of dummies.
Shit again, if it is real. And I mean, even the way of like them saying like, well, we're doing this, you know, because it's going to be evidence to use in court. But like almost all the interrogation tactics and all the things that they do to get these convictions are completely unusable. You have to ask yourself, why is this bad? God damn, I can't say enough that it's funny and it's good that people are being exposed. If this is real, it is good. At the end of the day, predators get away. These people, the fucking degenerates, do get away. Yeah, they get humiliated for a second, and yeah, their face is out there. If the entire thing feels like a watered down mess, then they get humiliated for what, like a couple weeks? How?
No. That's not how the internet works at all. First of all, everybody, whenever somebody meets you, somebody new, they're going to Google them. Like, they're going to find them. And then it's going to be like that forever. Forever, dude. That shit's going to be like that forever. Forever, man. That's fucking forever.
How long is it until they're completely forgotten or nothing is really done to actually make them be aware in new neighborhoods they're living in, new places they live? There's no way to really prosecute. There's no way to really contain them. As shown in the above clips, with the coercion, unlawful detainment, and even physical abuse, the admissions and evidence are inadmissible. Even going as far as to somewhat insinuate that they are the law enforcement. But unfortunately, they are not. They're just big.
You can't do that. Yeah, that's impersonating law enforcement. That's a crime.
Big online bullies who have a pretty funny game show. It's just things where it's like
I mean, it is a game show where it's like, okay, now you're forcing. It's like Squid Games, right? But not really, because these people don't want to play or anything like that. They're forced to.
So the potential of ruining someone's life by being on one of these things when maybe they're not supposed to be there, because we just don't know. We don't know the legality, and we don't know the legitimacy of anything that's going on in front of us. We just have to believe a man who has historically been a fraud. I mean, I know, you know, he's been a sketchy guy. So what Vitaly is doing is...
What are you doing, Billy? You're like putting in a freezer? What are you doing?
A double-edged sword at the end of the day. Yes, you're humiliating people, and yes, it is enthralling content of watching disgusting human beings kind of get what they deserve. But at the same time, you're also not treating the justice system fairly. And yes, it is. I'm not going to go into the semantics of how fucked our justice system is and how unfair a lot of things are. But at the same time, it's the only way for us to play the game to actually put these people behind bars, which is extremely important. It's a weird thing of, can you have justice and entertainment together? And in a lot of ways, I bet you can, but I bet a lot of ways it's all fabricated to actually make it seem fun and feel like justice and entertainment can exist. Because a lot of times justice is very cold and it's not entertaining. And it's long and it's a hard process. Versus entertainment is here to, are we really actually trying to...
I mean, like, they try to do the whole premise in, like, Running Man, right? Didn't they try to do that whole premise in Running Man? Wasn't that the thing? What do I want to watch? Let's go back to this for a minute.
Thinkable. A mockery. They dismissed his data outright. And here's where Semmelweis's gift became his curse. The same stubbornness that let him see what others couldn't, it made him incapable of diplomacy. He refused to publish his findings for 13 years because he thought it was self-evident. When he finally did write a book, it was so rambling and paranoid, nobody wanted to read it. He wrote open letters to his colleagues, publicly calling them murderers. He made so many enemies that he was kicked out of the hospital and tricked into checking into a mental institution. And then when he realized what was happening, he tried to escape. The guards beat him, put him in a straitjacket, and locked him in a cell.
Here. Let's chill out. I like these. I'm gonna chill out now. Watch this guy camp in a car. Putting a giant fridge so you can store all of your beans. I get it. I get it. You guys hate me for who I am and what I do, which is bean related. John comes in the middle of the movie and asks, what's going on? Yeah. What? I see you guys talking. I'm also focusing on this. There's other things going on in my head, okay? This guy's great. He's a Japanese dude that made like a little thing on the back of his truck to like camping. It's actually really, really nice to watch. Me and Jess watch this sometimes. It's very relaxing. And that's what we need to do is relax. It's not as bugs as the fridge you store your beans in, John. It's not as big as the fridge I store my beans in. Don't store my beans in the fridge. I think you should know that by now. You know exactly where my beans go, Farrell. Dan Snott's trying to get Aura to say the N-word. You don't have the skills like I do, sir. But let me know how it works. Because if you can pull it off, then I'll be impressed. This is the most Japanese guy I've ever seen. And because he's super, super quiet. And he just chills. He doesn't live in there. I'm sure he doesn't live in there because this kid, I mean, this got 1 million views. This is 2 months ago. He's got over 1 million subs. It doesn't say a word besides Itataki Mas, which is like he's thankful for food or something like that. Frozen's not Japanese. He's Filipino, which is much worse than a Japanese. You know. Knobstock says your ass, John. She means your ass. Gotta put the chocks down so his tiny little truck doesn't go anywhere. Look how tiny it is. Same thing, but more Mexican. Filipinos aren't Mexican at all. They're somewhat Spanish. It's not the same thing. Spanish people are white. Mexicans are like Indians. I don't need any more beans, Ardenshire. I'm chock full of beans. See, look at this little place. Look at his little thing. He camps there. He doesn't live there. Although this would be a nice sized Tokyo apartment, I imagine. It really opens up on the inside. It looks cozy as fuck, doesn't it? I could chill here. I mean, like, if it was just me and not like my wife and kids, it would be plenty for me. I mean, yeah, it would be. I would have no problem if it was just me, but it's not. You know, I mean, if we were camping for like a weekend or something, that'd be fine, probably, but it'd still be kind of small. And this guy just cooks meals. He just cooks meals. He has really upgraded his little living situation since the last time I checked in with him. He might be 5'2". That's possible, yeah. He's got a little water tank in there. Needs more aesthetic lighting. Well, why don't you put that in yours, Freeside? Put that in your van. This guy is doing exactly what he needs to do. Living his little Japanese life. He's obsessively clean, which I appreciate. I really appreciate he's obsessively clean. It's not sad. It's not sad dinner preparation. He's just alone and will always be alone. That's the thing about people in Japan. They're all alone. Okay, now I see why it's sad. Because they're all alone. Farrell, don't be sad. It's supposed to be peaceful. Eugene says I'm 5'8", 155 pounds. That would be no problem. Yeah, even for like a bigger guy. Like a big, like 6'2", 6'3", you'd be fine. You'd be fine, dude. No, he wouldn't. I don't think he stands up fully. I don't think this guy stands up fully. Of a movie. This looks like a movie about. This looks like the beginning of a movie about a loner who falls in love unexpectedly with an outgoing woman who turns his life upside down. Oh, that's actually really nice. But no, it doesn't happen. He's not falling in love. He's just gonna age. Eat his little meals. Oh, and this motherfucker loves bacon. He's always eating bacon. I'm like a big fan of his. I don't know him. Never heard him speak or nothing like that. I would be friends with this guy. We just sit quietly. Eat our little meals. Yeah, they do have koi in their sewers, don't they? And what do we have? Homeless people shit. We have homeless people shit. See, this is why I'd be fine living in Japan. PewDiePie was like, he made all his money. He's like, okay, I'm going to pack it up. I'm packing it in. I'm going to move to Japan and just chill. You know, read philosophy and have kids and shit like that. PewDiePie's got it down. Farrell, don't be so sad. This is the Sulk stream. It's a place for happy people. I know. I know. Wouldn't you? This would be a nice, like, couples getaway. Is that a heater? That's a heater. He's got a little heater in there. He's got a little heater. I think that's the heater. I would have a computer at least. John's big ass works. Tip this over. Big ass works. My big ass. What is that? I don't. That's a heater. Well, what's the other thing? Isn't there carbon monoxide risk to this? Oh, you might be right. It's a vent for cooking so he doesn't die from carbon monoxide. That could be it. A fart sanitizer? That's possible as well. That's also possible. Okay. It's 6 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in American. And he's just gonna sit here and cook his meal. Chicken and I don't know what that red is. Pork pop, possibly. What's a mini split? I don't know what a mini split is, yeah. What if I just did my show on this guy? This was every episode. We just watched this guy and just watched him live. It's not whale. He's not eating whale. Oh, it's an AC heater. That's what a mini split is. I went to the store to get green onions the other day, and they're out. They're out of green onions. The lady said, that their shipment from Mexico didn't come in, so they don't have any green onions at the Publix. And I was like, it's crazy. And I imagine it's because of all the shit that's going on with the cartels and stuff down there right now. So that kind of sucks. I wish they really could keep their stuff domestic and not have it affect my life in any way. I'd appreciate that, Mexico. I don't care if your cities are burning and, like, you know, you got a bunch of... But, like, if you could, like, just get me my green onions, I would appreciate that. Please and thank you. 42 degrees in American, so it's pretty cold. I'm sorry, Dan. It's not green onion season here in Florida, okay? You think I can grow green onions right now? It's cold outside. Actually, today was good. It was 72 today. So thank God it's starting to warm up. I don't doubt that they're easy to grow. I haven't been focused. Maybe I'll start a little garden in the spring. I mean, I have grown things. Sweet potatoes, tomatoes, other things. Chili peppers. Chili peppers are super easy. I might start another little garden this summer. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. No, it was really cold this year in Florida. It was a very cold year in Florida for us. So all my plants died. My banana tree died. I had like a fully grown banana tree that would give me bananas. And it died because it got so cold. It got like 9 degrees here. It was wild. I had a greenhouse. I did have a greenhouse. But during Hurricane Milton, I think it was, a palm tree smashed it. Smashed right through it. And I was like, wow, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. So I no longer have a greenhouse. Tom says I did tomatoes, bell pepper, cucumber, squash, zucchini last year. Zucchini's a good one. Squash. Yeah, we also did pumpkins. We got some pumpkins. We got some squash. We had a nice garden before. We just got to get back into it. You know, having kids and stuff like that. Last season, our kid was, or the younger one was very young, right? He was like 6 months old. He required a lot of care. And so, but next season, we're probably going to start again, you know, because we can get sweet potatoes. We've got tons of sweet potatoes. And who knows how much food is going to cost next year. It might be pretty expensive. You made so many cucumbers last year, tons of pickles made. That's pretty cool. You just jar your own pickles. Lettuce is a waste of time. Growing lettuce is a waste of time. I mean, it's fast and it's easy, but it's just like, okay, it's cheap to buy lettuce. And I don't want to use up the real estate I have for, like, maybe I could put onions or something in the place, but I just don't want to grow lettuce. I might, but I don't. Grow cabbage? This dude's making me hungry. A tiny little cast iron pad. Barrel for a tenner. She says, buy some seeds, teach the young ones. It'll be a blast for them. Yeah, we're probably gonna get into it this year. We'll get them out there farming, get their hands in the dirt and stuff. We also have a canal behind my house, so we can fish catfish, you know, maybe tarping out of. You know, we can actually do a lot. We could do a lot. We don't. But we could. Food will be up another 10% by summer. By next winter, it'll be up 15% total. So, a garden ain't sounding like such a bad idea then, is it? Yeah, tomatoes, growing tomatoes makes them, because if you buy them in the store, they don't taste the same. They don't taste nearly as good. If you grow your own tomatoes, they taste a million times better. And Jess wants chickens again. And I'm like, I don't want chickens again. We didn't even kill the chickens we had last time. We got a few eggs out of them, which was nice, getting eggs once in a while, but like, for the amount of money it actually takes, it's not that worth it. I don't know. Maybe I'll get her chickens. I know she wants chickens again. I don't know. I'm just like, chickens. Maybe if they're in one part of the yard. Okay. Professor says, I have Amish that live down the road from me, so I just buy tomatoes from them because I grow too much of them, and I won't be able to eat all of them. Yeah. You can give them away. Like, you always, if you grow too much, you just give them to other people. Right? Might as well. I had one lady, like, I went to the grocery store one time, and this lady had a truck bed full of onions, like Vidalia onions, and she was just like, do you want some onions? You take as many as you want. And I came home with like 50 pounds of onions. And it's just, because I was on my e-bike, and I only had saddlebags, and so I was just like filling up saddlebags with onions. I don't even know if we used them all. We had so many onions, dude. So are e-bikes gay now when I fill them with onions? No, I don't think so, huh? Huh. Yeah, we got a problem with foxes and raccoons. Raccoons especially. The raccoons are a problem. So we would have to build, or we would just buy a cage, right? We built our last one, which was good. We built it out of bamboo and like, I don't know, some sort of siding, like chicken wire kind of deal. And it worked fair enough, but it wasn't quite strong enough. Yeah, there were a lot of onions. They were big ass onions too, yeah. Yeah, Jess wants chickens. She's saying she wants chickens right now. But like, will you kill him this time, Jess, or just let him get eaten? Because that's what happens. We had a ton of birds. And now our fences, our yard is completely fenced in. So that should help with the raccoons, but I don't know if it's going to completely stop them. Yeah, I was thinking of just getting like the pre-made kind of coops. You can feed chickens chicken, and they will eat chicken. Get that double chicken flavor going. That might be good. Yeah, we had hawks take a couple of last time. Last time we had hawks take a couple of our chickens. Hawks are a problem. We got bald eagles around here. Foxes. We got bobcats. bears. We're a little bit out in the country, but not like very far out of the country. It's just around us is very wooded. You know. You think that dogs peeing and pooping around the coop kept the predators away? It probably did. We got a heating blanket. He's got a heating blanket. This looks comfy. Real cozy. Real cozy like. Not only bad, but the wind is strong, causing the car to shake violently. And he's just out there. He has contacts, so he's got a contact lens solution. Nice. Has not said a word. Has not said a word. Just sits there being Chinese, being Japanese. Jess says, I'm so glad you're watching this. Yeah, we used to watch this guy all the time. Because it's very peaceful. There you go. That's his night. He ate his lonely little meal. Farrell says, when you get chickens again, Couch, do the thing where you make a jack-o'-lantern without taking out the middle stuff, and they will go nuts pecking the shit out of it. Oh, that's actually a good tip. I want to eat more pumpkin. Pumpkin is delicious. I don't know why we don't have pumpkin more in our daily diet, because pumpkin is so good. Oh, dang. It's getting kind of sketchy. Getting kind of sketchy. Who's being disrespectful? Oh, Knob. Yeah, typical Knob. Knob's always disrespectful. You're a terrible person, Knob. Pigs also love pumpkins. I want a pig, too. I want to get a pig. We're going to have a pig, or at least in our yard. Let's have a pig. Oh, damn. It looks bad. It looks bad out there. Why don't we want a pig, Farrell? Why can't we get a pig? What's wrong with having a pig? They're not naughty per se. They're stubborn. I've heard. I've never had a pig. I would like a pig. I don't think I could butcher it though. Because like I know Jess, if we like raised a pig from a piglet and like it came time for slaughter, Jess would bawl her eyes out. And then we couldn't kill it. And then I'd be like, well, now I just have another mouth to feed. I have a pig I have to feed now. Professor says, when I was a kid, I had a pig that thought it was a dog, and then we butchered it. It was both fun and delicious. Well, there you go. Farrell says they're not just naughty, they're mean, smart, and can get out of any situation you try to put you try to own them up in. I mean, I would just let it run around my yard. I've seen one squeal so goddamn loud before running through an electric fence because they knew it was going to hurt like hell, but they wanted out. That's pretty funny. God, this is a bad night for him. It turned out to be a viewer. The guy he watches his channel. That's super funny, right? And he's got a lot. He's got a million subs, you know? He probably makes good money doing this. He's probably got a nice house. It looks like a horror movie, and the Japanese do horror well. They do horror very well. So, you know, it could be. They're so helpful, Japanese people, not pigs, but Japanese people. They're just very helpful of each other and everyone around them. Yeah, feral hogs are a problem. The female pig, so we'd have to get a female pig. Okay, well, we can get a... Buddy is sad and lonely. He needs a pet. Not an iguana. He might have a bird. You got a bird in there? You think a bird would be a good camping companion? Me too. Me too. Like a big ass macaw that only spoke English. It'd be very strange. Yeah, the Japanese are nice. They got bombed at Kingdom Come and learned that life is finite. That's actually kind of a good point. Okay, well, not gonna be able to watch this next meal, guys, because that's our time for this evening. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Actually, let's go back to just watch him. Just watch him for a little while. Thanks for coming, guys. I hope you guys have a good evening and get out there and stay strong and be good cult members and do all that stuff. Hit the like button if you so please. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the donos. And I am going to be streaming Resident Evil Requiem tonight at midnight. Probably. I might go to bed, but I might be streaming that video game tonight at midnight. If you guys want to watch that, come on by. It's going to be free. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good night. Stay strong and stay healthy and do all those good things. Until then, yeah. See you guys. Drink a lot of water, get a good night's sleep, and take care of yourselves. I care about you too. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about big